What's up, everybody? It is July 16th. Sorry I didn't post nothing yesterday. Yesterday was my worst. We getting right into it. Yesterday was my worst trading day that I've had in my short time of trading. And let's go through it. Full transparency, as always. Check out what I did. So July 15th, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays. I ain't never did 6 plays in my whole time of trading. Yesterday I did 6 plays. Actually, I only did 5. This last one here was actually closed out today. But I did 5 plays in total yesterday. 6 orders, 5 plays that actually ended up closing out. Why did I do that? Completely out of the norm for me. I've only been doing like 2 to 3 trades a day. So I was trying out a new tool that I got access to that actually it's a great alert indicator. But also it's a little bit more to it. But I was like, hey, I got access to it. Let me just throw a little bit of money out and kind of see what happens. And what it pretty much did is, although I got off track from the way I had been training some, yesterday I will say, this might sound surprising, but was my most successful day, I guess you can say, in a different aspect. So what I mean when I say that is I learned how to lose. In trading, you're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some. It is what it is. And yesterday, as you can see, one lost $100, 144, 54, 32. I was up to $40 on this. This was at like 30 something percent and didn't close it out. I lost a good chunk of money yesterday. But what I did was I bought these plays, I set my stop losses, and I didn't even think about it. The emotion stayed at bay. I didn't go back and keep checking on what's going on with them. I just let them play out. So let's go back. So this rocket play here, this one I bought it at 11 cents. I had set a stop limit, I think at like 0.9, and obviously it sold at like 0.6. So this one I maybe should have, set it maybe at like 0.10, and if it dropped any, then just go ahead and back out, considering this very small amount I purchased it for. It's very easy for your money to go out the window when you're playing with these small amounts. The QQQ play was actually spot on, but I was early on it, unfortunately. I probably got in 5 to 7 minutes too early. It pretty much shot up, hit my stop loss within that same 15-minute candle. It came right back down and plummeted. This here, I ended up losing $145. But if I would have just, rebought or held on or whatever the case might have been, this is the only one that I actually didn't set a stop loss on, to be honest. I bought it and immediately it started coming down. And so when it started coming down, then it was pretty much before I could even really set my stop loss, to be honest. So I probably could have just held out on it, waited to see if it came back up, but I didn't. It is what it is. It literally ended up, like I said, 5 seconds later, as soon as I sold, literally it felt like within 30 seconds it started moving the correct direction. But like I said, it is what it is. This Walmart play, I don't remember exactly what happened with this one. I feel like this one kind of just slowly trickled down on me. Carvana, this one kind of just sat still all day, and then once also just kind of slowly trickled in the opposite direction. Took forever to hit my stop loss, but it is what it is. But I say this to just encourage people. You're gonna take losses. It is what it is. Get over it. I've never taken more than 2 losses in a day, and here in one single day I ended up taking 4 losses, and then a little small gain on this other Walmart play. This Oracle call or this Oracle put I put in yesterday, and then today it paid off. So the money that I lost on yesterday, I pretty much made back a good chunk of it today on this one play, and got me back to above break even. Here today, you know, same deal. Had 2 plays, just trying to see what I can make happen, and they didn't work out. It is what it is. I've been trying out a new strategy, not necessarily a new strategy, but a new way of seeing things. And what I need to do better on is more combining the two, the strategy I was using, the strat, and the implementation of the tool, which is pretty much, it's a tool that pretty much retraces the previous day's highs and previous day's lows. So whenever the previous day low, whenever it gets 25% up from that, it'll pretty much show and say, hey, you know, there's a potential this could bounce to the upside and hit the high of yesterday. And it kind of alerts you and tells you once it gets to that point. And vice versa, whenever it hits the high and then it's coming back down, it'll tell you once it reaches 25% of the way back to the previous low. Usually if it does hit 25% back one direction or another, I'm not going to say always, but usually it's a fairly safe bet that it's going to probably get to the other side, or at least keep pushing that direction partially. But you also have to look for your actionable signals to kind of give you a little bit more confirmation. Also check on the time frames and see how that stock has been moving. If it's been moving downwards, but the tool is saying, hey, it should go up, it's not to say that it won't go up, but you do want to take that into account before making that trade. But like I said, I just have to be better with using the tool as a tool instead of counting on it to, you know, be 100% correct. I know it's not 100% correct, but like I said yesterday, I just figured I would kind of, you know, just throw some stuff out there and see how accurate it could be in a sense. And like I said, it actually did not do a bad job, but I just didn't wait for the actionable signal to get in at the right time. Like I said on this one here, let me see. Let me pull up the screenshot here. So this is actually the screenshot of the chart. Literally, so this is where I got in at, right at the bottom of this candle here. And it went up for this split second. As y'all can see, this long wick. And then it immediately started coming back down, and boom. In the end, I didn't take a picture of it, but this went all the way down to like way lower. But yeah, the actionable signal was when this 15-minute candle closed. As y'all can see, we have a reverse hammer or a shooter, whatever you want to call it here. If I had entered right at the end of that 15 minutes, I would have been golden. This thing literally within 30 minutes had already hit target number 1. All the time frames were pointing downwards. This was beautiful, a beautiful play. But like I said, I was just early because I jumped before the actionable signal showed itself. And this is like a picture of the tool, kind of like I said, a little indicator tool that shows, you know, where your entry point would have been, where your stop loss would have been, so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm not gonna go through all the charts and everything today. Just want to talk to you guys. But let's see what we're looking like overall. So after today, this was at like, I think like 300-ish, 350-ish or whatever. Today we hit $100 net, so we're still in the positive, which is great. My wins and losses are evening back out, which I kind of expected this to happen. Obviously, when you have 4 losses or whatever I had yesterday all at once, that makes a big difference. And so yeah, this is I don't know if this is right here. Something is thrown off. I'm not sure what it is. Let me go over to the calendar. 14th, 15th, 16th. Yeah, something isn't calculating correctly here. I'll go back and look at it later. But either way, well, actually, let's see. 14th, yeah, had a little bit of a down day. The 15th, I was down big, but then the Oracle call bumped it back up, made it not look as bad. And then, yeah, I guess it's right. I might go in and change that to where you can put your date you ordered it along with your date that the option closed to see if that looks better. But anyways, I'm just thinking out loud. But like I said, you're gonna take some losses or you're gonna take some losses to learn how to win, and it is what it is. So I'm still pushing on. You know, I had to take a little bit of a mental break yesterday on trading, look at the charts and everything like that. And I'm back. I was back at it today, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. So keep it pushing. You know, everything gonna happen how it's gonna happen. But let's just keep it going. But I'm signing out July 16th. Have a good one. Check out contracts.app. It is in process right now on Android to get full access on the App Store. So look forward to that. But like I said, you can still check it out on the web in the meantime, contracts.app, and set up your account in advance so that way when the app is available, you can go right over and have all your information right there on your phone. But I'm signing out for today. Catch y'all later.